Hi Scorpio, this is Christelle Martinette, and I have here the runes for you, and this is the second half of October. We have this moon, this full moon, supermoon in October. From that period on to the end of the month, and happy Halloween. Let's see what this period of time will bring for you. I have these tiger eyes runes here. Okay, a trying time. Oh, quite a trying time. But it's something that you know is coming up, and you're in the thick of it now. It's as if there is, you had plans, and you know, I remember last time I was saying that you can't do anything wrong, you can't do anything wrong, you can't do anything wrong. What I see here is that nonetheless, that period is still going on, but what I see here is that you had made plans that are not taking off, or there is, you know, I'm getting two voices here. One is talks about the joy that you had in your heart concerning loved ones, and a specific loved one in particular, and where you, in your dreams, in your mind, it would have been taking off in a very smooth manner in this last half of October, and that's not happening for you. And so there's a tint of dismay, there's a tint of sadness, and it's causing you to go even deeper into your own self-assessment, going back and thinking about yourself. And I have here also Keenats at the top, and it's almost as if you knew, that was going to happen. But not only, it's you, through this experience in the second half of October, brings you, and it's just about the end of the month, really to come into your own and to understand so much more. It's as if you gain knowledge of a lifetime in this last period of October. So that's interesting. Now, I have 5 different decks, and I want you to pick a number or 2, depending on what you want, from 1 to 5, a tarots, and I'll tell you what they are when you pick that. Think a little bit. I have 4 and 3. 4 and 3. 4 is the sexual magic deck, and the 3rd deck is the voodoo tarot, and I'll put those out for you. First, let me mix them, and then we'll go through what they have to say for you. Okay, juggling. These cards are really mirroring what the runes are saying. Let me lay even the voodoo tarot for you, then I'll get... Yes, the issue about not bringing forth the idea, the plans that you had, especially the emotional side to the story, and it not going, and it has to do with someone of your past. It does, Scorpio, is going to put you in a mindset not of sadness, but of higher. You're going to look for higher information. You're going to check into it's as if you're going to try to connect to your higher consciousness, your higher self. And that's where the work was going to be done. I have, well, let me open these cards. Okay, now, Scorpio, you're going to be contacting your higher self. You've understood that it's a matter of going within, because you don't want to suffer the consequences that you have in the past. I see an extreme desire. There's just a very burning desire, passion for this specific person, and it populates your days, it populates your dreams, and it's yearning. I see yearning there, and there's a lot of spilling emotions. It warms your heart. It's a positive thing, but that yearning is almost a little bit too much for you. The emotions give way to thoughts in terms of how to come about and overcome this moment. You're not falling prey to those past activities, the past actions where you almost self-sabotage. No. It's a positive, the feelings that you have for this person can only bring you to positive dwellings. This is what I'm saying. And interestingly enough, the situation is odd in this sense. The magical tarot here, the sexual magic, I have here a situation with the King of Swords where you understand that there are two people involved. Even if the person before you, even if that woman, that man, that loved one is in front of you, you're feeling as if there's a third person looking in, as if that person... There's one of two situations. There are those of you who are married, who are partnered, but this special person is not that one. And the other is where you feel you're being evaluated by that person. You're with them, you're imagining yourself with them, but then you see them as someone who gives you cause for concern because they are watching you and testing you. This is in your mind. Now, also I see here that you're in a special space this second half of October where you take time out and sit and smoke that cigar and meditate and think again. Alone time. You create alone time for yourself where you want to conjure up the notions of coming home. It's an idea of coming to that metaphorical home. You want your personal space. You want your specific secret area with that person where no one else can come. And it's very, very oppressing this second half of October. Like I said, you had wanted it to already be there, to already be there, and it's just not there now. I'm going to take a few of the Verasibila cards to see what they have to say, Scorpio, and see what we can add to this. The notion of the king being with a person who's twofold, one watching and one with them. Yes, I'm seeing that it's a beginning. It's a new beginning with that specific person, a new beginning not without its difficulties. You feel like it's a matter of pride. You want that person in your life, but you are not going to come down as a fool, as a person who doesn't know what they're doing, and a person who doesn't know what they want, a person who's not making the decision to go forward. You want to come out as a person who knows their mind and knows what they want, and that's the situation. But there is this other scenario playing in your mind that one, may be another person in your life on a permanent basis already, and two, you are afraid of being judged by this loved one. Now, I'm going to take a few cards on this devil and see what is... Yeah, okay. What the three Sibila are telling me is that you still see this person as an antagonist, and you have difficulty in moving them forward into a position of being the loved one. And it's a figment of your imagination, I'm saying, but it's something that you have to heal in yourself, and remember the underlying relations that you have, the feelings that you have for that person, and why it is that you are now in a moment where you want to move forward with them. You need to get out of the windmills of your mind and try as best you can to see it in a more objective way, because the waters of emotions are flowing over this. Let them wash over and try to make the transformative nature come forth instead of being in a windmill constantly and only seeing one pattern, Scorpio. I hope this was of help, and I really wish you the best in this end of October period. Happy Halloween again, and do have a great birthday, those of you who have a birthday in this month. Bye-bye. Hello Sagittarius, this is Christelle Martinette. Welcome again to this new reading, and the reading involves this full moon, this supermoon in October, and the 2 weeks after that until the end of the month to Halloween. Happy Halloween. And this is a reading that where I'll use first runes. I have them here. You can hear those runes, and also I have 5 different tarot decks, and just concentrate on those numbers from 1 to 5. I'll tell you which deck you've chosen after that. Let's see what the runes have to first say. Sagittarius. This last period has served you well. Sagittarius. You are lucky indeed. What am I seeing? I'm seeing that your development, your transformation, what is going on with you is moving forward at a very even pace. You cannot make any mistakes here. And also, the period of time that you have spent, the last month, the last 6 months, has served you well into truly understand your standing, truly understanding your direction and what you want out of life. It's going to make you successful in obtaining what it is you want. You know, though, and the runes are telling me that you do know, there are glitches in the situation, glitches in the plans, because perhaps of timing. You know that you have to take a lot of steps before you can obtain what you want, or there's further study to do, there's further PR work that you know, public relations work. But let's take a look now and see what the other decks can help me tell you. There are 5 decks. The first is the Black Cat Tarot. Then I have the Angel Tarot, the Voodoo Tarot, the Sexual Magic Tarot, and Iteya. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can choose 1 or 2 numbers. Think about that now. Okay, Sagittarius, what I'm seeing is, and hearing is 1 and 5. I've got the Black Cat Tarot is 1, and the Iteya Tarot, which is a different type of deck, next. And I'm going to first mix this for you and see what they have to add. You concentrate on the messages that you want to receive, and we'll see what comes out. Okay. Now I'll spread the Iteya Tarot. Yeah, I have that going within. In order for you to receive success, the process that you've undergone the past 4 or 6 weeks, as there are 2 messages that come out. One is that it was a burden for you the past period. That is over. And you not knowing or not understanding which route your future will take, which of the CVs you put in, the applications you've filled out, which of them is going to come through. And the period that is this 2 weeks is going to harbor in a bit more of that, you thinking and wondering, well, what is going to become of my life? You seem to have a few regrets with yourself. It's just an inner battle that has you seeing that perhaps you were not, there's something you've done of over the past year that you're not very happy about, because you could have today been in a different situation. But there's an emperor at the top, and the emperor tells us that you're in charge. You're in charge in a moment that, that being in charge is causing you also the concern and the burden of being in charge. You know your responsibility, and that is weighing down on you. It's almost as if, oh boy, why did I get myself in this position? I could have made it easier for myself. This is what you're thinking. Let me take this. These are Teia Tarot. Okay. All right. Now, it's seems that the Atea are also confirming this inner battle that you're having, so much so that they say that before it gets better, it may bring you into a moment of disorientation, of separation from your real idea that you initially had. You wanted to be a doctor? Well, maybe I don't want to be a doctor anymore. So expect a little bit of that. Going further, moving yourself away from your original ideas. And there will, however, be short-term success. Remember that. The Atea are talking about having a short-term success in your ultimate goals. So hang on there. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't, thwart your possibilities for the future. I have nonetheless here a sense of you feeling as if you have a sense of loss, or are in a position that you feel you are burdened down. You're tied to something. It's as if you have a deadline, and that deadline for you is causing such concern, and it's imminent. It's about to come. As a matter of fact, it's right after this October, the end of October. Remember to celebrate Halloween, though, Sagittarius. Please remember that. And also, the success is right next to this sensation of not being able to make that deadline. And ultimately, here, you vacillate. You go from an idea that what you're doing is not even worth it, to understanding the full breadth of the work that you're doing. And it's just having to deal, Sagittarius, with a moment of doubt. Doubt is human. Doubt is ultimately what brings us to revelations and illuminations. Let me take a few of the did a Sibila over this and see what I can come up with. I'm going to go over the Hermit's cards in the Black Cat Tarot. Yeah, going within is ultimately going to bring you right into a matter of success. The three Sibilla cards, Gran Consolazione, Artista, and Dottore, they're telling me that your luck, your fortune, your ultimate success comes through a moment of self-reflection, where you take care every step of the way of your thought processes, and you ultimately bring yourself to that deadline, that handing in that report, handing in that strategy, that strategic plan, and it becomes successful. Let me take a few more cards on the sensation of loss and disorientation that I have with the Atea Tarot for you, Sagittarius. Yeah, here I see again, you're there in a moment of feeling that you're alone with your thoughts, and you are the only one who can make or break situation. Well, it ends up with Sacerdote, the priest. Thought, pensiero, and imeneo is the intimacy, I, myself, and I, me, myself, and I. And it also means successful activity, successful financial gain, this imeneo. So please don't fear. Please do not fear, Sagittarius. The tips, the scales will tip in your favor right after the month of October. Namaste, and thanks for being with you. Bye-bye. Thanks for being with me, not you. Bye-bye, Sagittarius. Hi Capricorn, this is Christelle Martinette with another reading that starts mid-month in October, where we have a supermoon in Aries, and then into the end of October which will be Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. So start thinking about your masks. Start thinking about those masks and the important celebration that we're going to be part of at the end of the month. Now, I have here with me Tiger's Eyes runes, which I will start with, and then I have 5 different tarot decks, and they are in a series 1 to 5. I'll give you the numbers. The first is the Black Cat Tarot, the second is the Angel Tarot, the third is the Voodoo Tarot, the fourth is the Sexual Magic Tarot, and the fifth is what we call the Eteia Tarot. It's a bit different from the other decks. Concentrate on those after I read the runes. Let me cast them for you. Okay, all right. What do we have here? Well, I tell you that there is... It's interesting, this is. It's as if you are still in your tracks. You're locally, you're not traveling, and you have decided to take up an initiative that's close to home. You're getting into that very deeply. And what they are communicating to me is that you're in a phase where you're not going to be making that much money as you wish, but you're making great efforts in preparing for your success, preparing for your expertise. It's as if you were studying. I'm seeing you studying. And ultimately, I have an arrow. The runes have been cast in the shape of an arrow, and the bottom runes are telling me that this is a moment where you need to stay put, you need to study, you need to delve into the matter, specialize, okay? And where it's also a period that it's necessary, fundamental for you to be successful in this moment of time, but give yourself more time in order for the money to start coming in. I see they're not talking to me about the emotional side to your story, but it's as if there is Sohilo at the top, right under tier, which is Merkstave, pointing to Sohilo. And it seems to me that the success on the job, the success in your studies, the success in your apprenticeship, your tutoring, or you're being tutored, depends. Your emotions depends on that success, because it seems as you start to become successful, you start walking in a direction of more openness. After your course, after having studied, you start your activity and you feel prepared, you feel more self-confident, and it's then when I see an upstepped activity in the department of love and romance for you, Capricorn. So it may not occur during up until the end of the month, but that follows your specialization, that follows your studies, that follows your expertise moment where you are planning. Now, think of the numbers 1 to 5. You can choose up to 5. You can choose 2, either 1 deck or 2 decks. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Think of that now. Okay, I'm hearing too the Angel Tarot. And only the Angel Tarot. Okay, let's see what they have to add. Let's see what they have to add. Okay. Oh, you have some very, 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 very important cards. They're very interesting cards, but also cards that sabotage you at the same time, meaning that it makes you stop, meaning that you take a step forward, but then you stop for some reason. At the basis of this card spread, I have 10 cards out, 5 to the right, 5 to the left. What I see here is that you're shooting for the stars. It's as if you're telling yourself, I'm going to make this work now. You know, and this is how you feel, this is the way you think, this is the most important time for me now that will condition the rest of my life. What I do today is going to make or break what I want to achieve. And you're shooting for the stars literally. You know, in your mind, you're shooting for the stars literally. And it's a difficult battle for you. It's not an easy time because you're working very hard. You've made decisions that are difficult, and we know that it's coming out in the cards. And right next to these difficult decisions and the battles that you're waging and fighting, I have, however, the Fool. And the Fool is walking a merry walk down the stream, really always risking a little bit, but happily risking. Beware, the Angel Tarot are telling me, of stopping in your tracks, because there may come a day that you feel you've bit off more than you can chew, and you almost feel that you're in a position that I can't make it, I can't do it, I won't be able to do it, it's just too much for me, I should have done this years ago, no, I can't. Right next to this, you know, stopping in your tracks, what do I have? I have the Happily Ever After card, and I'm not kidding. I don't kid, and I don't give happily ever after very easily, Capricorn, you know. And the happily ever is the Ten of Cups, and the Ten of Cups does talk about relationships. What are they saying? They are saying that the work you are putting in now, that apprenticeship, those courses, that studying, that being tutored, all of that is hard work, but it will ultimately lead you, as the runes have already said, to an area where you're going to encounter what you feel is love for the first time. And like I said, I don't say this easily because on the one hand, I'm saying that your shooting for the stars was a risk for you, and you were really worried about making it. You were very, very worried about making it. But you went for it with a passion. Now, who is Capricorn today in this period of time? Capricorn is a person that is acting like a swords, you know, wanting to find out. There's the intelligence factor, there's the study factor, there is you wanting to make a qualitative jump, and you at all costs are intending to reach that. Again, the cards are telling me, for you, it feels like a burden. And it is a burden. I have the Virasibila here, and I'm going to take a couple of cards over this burden to see what they have to say. One card has fallen out, and it's the jealousy card, but I'm putting it off to the side to see what it's talking about. Okay, what I'm getting is preziosi, omaggio, disgrazia, which is the tower situation, and messaggero. It seems as if you feel you have a lot of competition. That's what the jealousy card is talking about. And you're almost going to give up, all right? Don't do that, Capricorn. Don't do that. Because I have the Fool card on its merry way. I'm going to go over the Judgment card at the top, and you shooting for the stars. That's it. Why is it? Judgment. That's where you're going to meet your match. That's what the Judgment card is mirroring, that Ten of Cups. That's where you're going to meet your match, on the job. And people around the job. You need the Nemica and Giovane Fanciulla together, the version of the deck, and the enemy, the female enemy, are telling you, Capricorn, that you are your worst enemy. And if you want success, you have to put your mind on the shelf. Do not sabotage don't self-sabotage, because it will ruin the game. I hope this was of help to you, Capricorn, and namaste. Have a great month, the end of the month. Until we meet together again, bye-bye, Capricorn. Hi, Aquarius. Hi, Aquarius. This is Christelle Martinette, and I have here a reading for you. I'm going to start casting the runes and then using the tarot for the period starting with this new full moon, which is a supermoon in mid-October, right up to Halloween. Happy Halloween. We are planning. Think about what you want to mask. Put a mask over your head. Which one you want to be? Who do you want to be on Halloween? For those of you who don't celebrate Halloween, it's a day where it's right before All Saints' Day, and it's the Gowls. It's linked originally to a pagan celebration, but in this country, All Saints' Day in Italy, the 1st of November, is a Catholic holy holiday, but many people use it as the children in the United States go trick-or-treating. Now, after I cast the runes, I have 5 tarot decks here, Aquarius, and I want you to concentrate on that, from 1 to 5. The first is the Black Cat Tarot. The second is the Angel Tarot. The third is the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. The fourth is the Sexual Magic Tarot. And the last, the fifth, is the Eteia Tarot. First, let me cast the runes. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, you have a lot of help from your friends here. And something interesting is going to start. Not without its problems, though. Right, what I see you doing in this second period of the month of October is keeping things to yourself. First of all, you're on a mission. You're on a mission, and in order for you to proceed, you're doing it alone. You're going it alone, and you have something in your mind. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 conversations in these rooms, and the prevalent conversation that goes right down the center is talking about you being successful if you go it alone. Right, you go, the American football game, you're scoring points right over the top of that, the goal line there. It's going to cost you, but it seems as if you're on a mission. You want to go forward with their plans at all costs, Aquarius. And I see the beginning of success coming to you, especially when people around you see what you are made of. Again, you're going it alone. Algae says Merkstave here, and you are going to be able to have the gift of exchange. You're going to receive funds financially at the beginning of financial success when people around see you as who you really are. When you're making a name for yourself, you need, what they're telling me, the runes here, is yes, fine, if you want to go alone, just do it. Remember, there are difficulties there of you going it alone, and it's going to be filled with glitches, but ultimately this is what you have to do. But they're saying and suggesting to you that the more you can identify yourself, distinguish yourself as separate from others, as elevating yourself from right far from the maddening crowd, make people see that you're different from other people on the job, and this is on the job I'm talking about, that's when success starts coming in. Now, in terms of romance, I see that is being put on hold. Your mate, if you are partnered, may think of you as an alcoholic, as a workaholic in this moment, but it's something that you have to do. It's something that you have to do. Now give me a number from 1 to 5, either one number or 2 numbers. Let's see. Let me concentrate on that. Definitely number 4, the Sexual Magic, and the Voodoo Tarot I have, number 3. All right, let me see if I can mix these cards. Let me mix these cards for you and see. I'll be spreading them to the right of the casting. Interesting cards here. quite interesting cards. Right in the middle of these 5 cards is the sun, a lovely sun. But I have some odd cards that have come out, which I will talk about. There's celebration here. There's, the Page of Swords that's just coming in, giving you different information, different ideas to try. But I also have the Nine of Swords, where I see you really afraid of something, and it's a constant fear. There's a devil right next to that, as if the windmills of your mind are just turning and turning and turning because of the fear. Because of the fear of glitches that may fall into your way. Instead of thinking that is a norm, you're fearful of them. But, this is called life. Life does put obstacles in our way. Let me spread the Voodoo Tarot. One extra card here. I've got 5 and 5 on either side, and the one other card has fallen out, and that's the Fear card as well. Now let me take a look. The celebration that's in store for you is a celebration that, how can I say, it's a personal celebration. Remember in the beginning of the runes cast, I said you're going it alone. You're charging ahead alone. This is going to be a point of celebration for you because, for those of you who have never done anything on your own, this is an ego point for you, winning. But then there are those that have been part of a team and it hasn't worked out. And this too is, you saying, aha, see, I can work better on my own. But also, it's there is a celebration here because you have wanted to do it for a long time. You have wanted to break away in your mind, and this is why there's a cause for celebration here. Now, I have this sun, and I have the Judgment card as well in the middle of the Sexual Magic Tarot, and it's quite interesting because I see as if you are, on the line with the Voodoo Tarot, it seems as if you are dancing with transformation. Now let me explain that. You're wanting transformation. You think in your mind, now is the time for me. It's payback time. I am doing this ultimate attempt at getting payback. And you know that there's risk involved, and the Algae Smirk Stave did point to that. But interestingly, next to this Judgment card is this Page of Swords. And next to the Petro Mambo is the 8 Radha card, Simbi, where it is telling me you're coming home. You're coming to an intellectual space that you have not been in a long time, where you can ultimately say to yourself, I've done it. I am trying it. I'm ultimately trying to break out on my own, and I'm being successful at it, Aquarius. Now, there are some other messages here that have to do with your fears. And the fears here have to do with your position vis-a-vis others in the world, how you come across. And let me look at this Devil card to get a specific read on that, because it's right next to the Fear card, to your own fears, and it just may be that. Yes, it is, in fact. It's you being afraid of not, it's an ego, it's a pride, it's a matter of pride. You want it at all costs, but you're almost afraid of undermining yourself in going it alone. I see success spelled out here, but the warning of the cards is to leave that fear aside. It is an evil animal, that fear, and it can really undermine your efforts, Aquarius. Namaste. I really do wish you a happy end of August. Happy August. What is she thinking? The end of October, and enjoy your month, the end of the month. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen, till we meet together again quite soon at that. Bye-bye. Hi Pisces, this is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here with a reading for you starting mid-month, where there is a full supermoon in October, and then to the end of the month, where for a lot of you it will be Halloween. I hope so far the month has been good for you, Pisces. I'll start out with these runes that I have that you can hear, and then I'll use tarot. I have 5 different decks, and I'll ask you to concentrate on those, and I'll let you know which ones they are now. The first, number 1, is the Black Cat Tarot. Number 2 is the Angel Tarot. Number 3 is the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, and number 4 is the Sexual Magic Tarot. Number 5 is a tarot deck called the Atea Tarot, which works a little differently from other tarot decks. But you'll concentrate on those numbers later on when I ask you to. Let me see what the runes have to tell us, Pisces, for you. Okay, a big cast. Things are moving for you. There is no doubt about that. Although sometimes I would like to say, look, you are moving, going nowhere fast, but that's not the case. You are moving in a transformation that will see you by, we're talking about the last part of October, okay? Remember that. We'll see you as if it's a stepping stone into a future beginning and partnership. All right, now, what do I have here? I have 2 different conversations, and if you want to look at that, the way I'm looking at it, I see a straight line conversation where you are on a journey that has been begun in the past. It's a transformative journey, and it's a journey not without its difficulties, I have to admit. And it's a journey which has taken you to be part of a standstill because you had plans and you were moving ahead. And then something occurred, it seems, that seemed negative, but all in all, it will create positive energy for you, both in terms of your path and, more importantly, in terms of a relationship that you have or that you're about to have. Now, in terms of the relationship, I see it as not taking off until the following month. And in terms of the problems, I see them stopping at more or less the same time that the relationship takes off. There is, I mentioned the transformative nature. There's a transformation underway, and it's a journey. It's been going on for months. I can dare say years, but I don't want to pull it out that far. But there is a serious transformation here. Let me take the tarot to see what they can tell you. You concentrate on the numbers 1 to 5. You can pick 1 or 2 numbers. Let's see. Okay, I hear number 5, the Atea Tarot. Let's see if there's another deck. I have the Black Cat, number 1, the Black Cat and the Atea. Okay, now let me shuffle the cards here for you. Black Cat Tarot, right in line for Halloween, for those of you who celebrate Halloween. Okay, let me see what the Atea have to say. Okay. All right, now, I'm looking at, on the one hand, gifts. Well, I'll be mixing the other deck in the meantime. I see gifts on the one hand coming your way. There's also however, a moment where you are firmly, like I said, you had plans, but you are at a standstill physically, because on the one hand, you're doing something of greater importance, but on the other hand, it's something that is bringing you more knowledge concerning the activity you have, the type of work that you do, and your overall cultural background. It has something to do with the home. It has something to do with your home, your sense of home as well. And what you're going through now is going to be bringing you quite a lot of, I can couch it in the word of luck. It seems to be a necessary step, this period, in order for you to then come into something. Let me spread the Black Cat Tarot. Okay, now, yes, it's a burden that there's a job for you to do now, and it did obstruct, it did put a spoke in your wheels in the plans that you've had. That was read by you as a burden, as a glitch in your movement, your plans. But I see here, however, you taking the reins of the situation. And very quickly, you stood to the challenge of this new situation. And it caused you, however, as I said, to stop in your tracks, in the physical movement. So you're having to stay put in one, just as an example. You were planning to move, perhaps, and instead of moving, a situation that stems from the home, could be an immediate family member, could be immediate circle of friends, that has caused you to stay put and change your plans. But I'm seeing here that not only is it a stepping stone to something that is going to come because of your efforts that you're expending here, but it's also bringing you to a higher place. There's something noble about what you're doing now. There's a sense of nobility in, and I see here the Eight of Wands. It's a very, very fast moving energy where you are in control. You're in control of the new situation that's calling you to stand to this challenge. A noble standing, a noble working. You've responded to the call very, very easily. Now, there are other things here. You're feeling lonely, okay, and for the most part, that is a situation that you're experiencing. You are alone. You are alone, even if you feel level around you. But it seems as if you're taking this moment, and I'm talking about this period of time, the last 2 weeks in October, but also the previous weeks and months, and the future, a very close future weeks and months, because there are obstacles, and the obstacles are putting you in a position of feeling alone, because there's a job that you have to do, that you do willingly, but you understand that it has made for a stop in your original plans. Now, you're working on something. It's almost as if you're taking the time to spruce up your knowledge in some field, preparing other activities, some other kinds of jobs that you can do. And also, however, it's as if you are planning in your mind a way to interact with love partners. It's part of planning. It's in the mental stage. How you can interact with them, be more yourself in a different way. And it's all happening in this period of time precisely because you have more time. You're dealing with something that is greater than the plans that you had. But, as I said, it's coming to you. It's as if what you're doing is going to have a karmic response. You're going to get your just desserts. You're going to get your just desserts, and it's going to be positive. Let me just pull this a card over this Emperor here in the Black Cat Tarot. Pisces. Here I have, the Omaggio di Preziosi, gifts coming your way. In terms of work, you're going to be you're going to be attracting abundance. You're going to have a lot of it as well. And it is as a direct consequence of what is occurring to you now. Because one, it's giving you the time to reflect and prepare for other things, both in terms of your work activity and in terms of your relationships. It's putting you in a position of understanding yourself with respect to your context around you. Namaste, Pisces. I do hope that this brief reading was of help for this period, the second half of October. And until we read together again, bye-bye. Hello, Aries. This is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here with another reading for the second half of October for the period that kicks off with this super full moon in Aries for the month of October. And it's a moment that is quite important for you, Aries. You know, it's this super moon in Aries, and we'll see what that means for you. I have the runes, as you can hear right here with me, and I'll be casting those first. Then I have 5 tarot decks, and I'll be asking you to concentrate on numbers between 1 and 5. You pick either 1 or 2 numbers. The first tarot deck is the Black Cat Tarot. The second is the Angel Tarot. The third is the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. The fourth is the Sexual Magic Tarot, and the fifth, the Ateya Tarot. Let's see what the runes have to say for you. Okay. All right. Well, we have you, Aries, as knowing what you want and where you are. A lot of insight. You're full of insight in this period, especially the second half of October. It's greater insight, more precise, concise, on the ball. You're knowing. Your aim is toward transforming. But, you know, there's an expression in Italian that says the more we change, the more we stay the same. And we need to change to stay the same. Now, this holds true for you, as it holds true for everyone, but specifically for you, because it's not a matter of you wanting great financial gain. No, it's more a matter of you wanting that new start. But it's not necessarily your desire to have that. It's coming. You're about to enter a new page, you start a new book. It's a new process. It's as if this is the second half of your life. This is the first day of the rest of your life, but it's a new life. And it's one not burdened by economic notions. You have torn away, you've removed the shackles of scrimping and saving and having to look always. You're on a different role. You're on a different path. Now, it's this occurrence, this new beginning, comes about for you on a personal basis. There is a rune here of partnership, and there are 2 actually, and then there's Diag at the end, the transformation. But the position that you're in now, for those of you who are not partnered, that will be transforming. That is the position of greatest transformation, is your relationship. I see Manats as being Merkstave, and this to me tells us that that's not the most important area of your life for the first 2 weeks, these last 2 weeks of October, but it is the area of your life that will be transforming towards the end of that month and into early November. So let's see what tarot we'll be using and what they have to add. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just concentrate a bit on those numbers. I have the Voodoo Tarot first, 3. Number 3 has come out. Let's see if another number comes out. And I have the Angel Tarot, 2. All right, let me first prepare the Voodoo Tarot here, and I'll lay that to my right, to the right of the casting. How interesting. Right next to the transformation is the Carnival card, and the Carnival idea is it's the time for Halloween, and Halloween would be our the other side of the world's notion of carnival, which is based on an entirely different thing. But how interesting. And that really gives me timing, telling me that towards the end of the month, something important is going to happen to you that will be transforming, and that has to do with relationships as well. But it seems to be linked to your livelihood in a way. And I'll see, first let me shuffle and spread the Angel Tarot to see what they have to add, and then I'll be taking some other cards to get to the bottom of the meaning for certain cards here. Okay, very interesting. The way these cards talk to each other. The way they talk to each other. Now, what do I have here? What do I have? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana out of 10 cards, and that's half, and that's a lot. And that's not by chance. I mean, this is a moment that there's the Carnival card on the one hand, the Buddha, and on the other side I have the Temperance card. And it's party time, but it's about time to party in the sense that love is coming in, the Knight of Cups right next to that Temperance card. And on the other side of the Carnival I have Santeria Oriate, and it is as if you're in your mind, you're thinking, I'm going to risk it all. I've been risking, but now is the time. O la va o la spacca, they say in Italian, this is what, this is it, this is it, this is it. Love coming into your life. It's a soft coming in. It's a movement that is barely around the 31st. It seems that it will be stretched either way, before or after. It seems to be after. And just when you think it won't, right? This is the Oriate. And what's interesting to see is under Oriate, I have the 12th card, the zombie card, and you get messages. It's as if you're getting right next to the Rada 6, the Elegba. You start becoming very, very involved in messages that help you in your daily life, of course, and for others. It's as if you're acting as a medium for others, those around you, because Aries, it seems that you have the ability now to answer your own questions. There's something that you seem to be a little regretful about, and it has to do with your abilities, exactly, your psychic abilities. And you say to yourself, I should have done this before. I should have done this before. Why didn't I use my instincts earlier? I should have done this before. And this is when you start to believe in yourself in that sense, and your ability to access higher dimensions is when you start getting more answers. And I have here that also Aries, that there's a death card at the bottom on the left of this is the angel deck, and it's mirroring Diag, the transformation at the top, and it's telling me that it is indeed a transformation. But what do I have on the other side? This Morte, this death card, is mirroring the Congo 3 card, the Maman Brigitte. Now, it is giving thanks amidst this transformative process, that you will ultimately come into your own. Now, I have difficulty in verbalizing the message here for you, because it's so strong a message telling me, look, Aries, and I can't believe that all of you Aries out there are in the business, is in my type of business. What I'm getting here is that it is going to be your psychic abilities, the ability that you have to connect to your higher self, that's going to serve you well. And it's high time you start to do that on a serious basis. And I'm going to take 3 cards over the Carnival card. Yeah, I get it. There you go. 31st of October, when it's and I'm going to venture to say around the 31st, give or take some days, that's when the romantic side is going to gel. And not only that, because I have the Donna di Servizio and the Preziosi, you're going to get messages here. And it is going to be an announcement. And the Carnival, the period of the Carnival that goes into February, March, is going to be the moment when you ultimately come together and make decisions together with a loved one. Okay? Very, very interesting, very clear message, very, I mean, hands down, I have no doubt about what I'm seeing. I'm going to look at this Mama Brigitte, the 3 Congo card, and see what that tells me. Aries. All right, it's telling me that you need to beware of, no, you need to beware and care, take care. You need to beware and take care of yourself, because you have to firmly believe that now is the time that the lies are over, both in terms of people who relate to you and both in terms of how you relate to them. Right? This is talking about a relationship, actually, and it could be relationships on the job or a romantic relationship. But this is, Mama Brigitte is mirroring the card of Temperance, and so these Spila cards are saying now is the time that those days are over. There are no more lies, no more cheating. You have to face eye to eye, look at each other's eyes, and see what you see. Namaste, my Aries friends. I do hope that this was of help to you, and I'd like to say to have a great end of October, and until we meet again. Bye bye. Hi Taurus, this is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here with a reading for the second half of October. And I have here the runes. I have Tiger's Eyes runes that I'm going to start casting in just a moment. And I have 5 different decks, tarot decks, and they're numbered from 1 to 5. So you'll want to concentrate on that in a little bit when I ask you to choose. The first deck is the Black Cat Tarot. The second deck is the Angel Tarot. The third deck is the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. The fourth is the Sexual Magic Tarot. And the fifth, the Ateya Tarot. And when I ask you, just concentrate on that and I'll pick the decks for you. Let's start with the runes casting. Taurus. Taurus, Taurus. Okay. All right. Now, what is the watchword for this period? Come on. Say it out loud. What is the watchword? It's abundance. It's abundance. It's abundance. It's abundance. There are 4 conversations here. Now, what occurs in the second half of October is you becoming more you, and you knowing how things will develop. I'm seeing monetary issues here. I'm seeing financial issues here. I'm seeing abundance here. Now, it's there's also a message here that talks about not having to go so far, not having to move that far, because what you need is right around you. And for those of you who cannot see, for those of you who are not fully aware, the runes are telling you that it's right under your nose. What you need is right under your nose. And another conversation talks about ultimately having to go through an experience that is going to serve you well in the future. And it's, you'll be realizing it. You'll notice that there's something that you have to do, that you have to go through, that you have to accomplish. And it will cause you a bit of fear. Let's be clear about that. But the runes are telling me here, with AWATs, you have, you are guarded, you are protected. Do take that leap and make it be a leap of faith, because the first rune out is Fehu, bright stave, and it is bright indeed. Just open your feelers, put out your antenna for those of you who think you don't know, but you really do ultimately know. It's a matter of coming, your individuality, your distinction, your specific abilities are going to be awarded the second half of October. Now, you take your thoughts to numbers 1 to 5, concentrate on that, and I'll see which deck or decks. You can choose either 1 or 2 numbers. I've got the Sexual Magic deck here, number 4 that you've chosen. And it seems 1, the Black Cat Tarot. And that would be fitting for Halloween coming up. Let's see. So there's a full supermoon at the beginning of this period. And it kicks off with that until Halloween 31st, before All Saints' Day, as we call it here in this country. Let's see what the Sexual Magic Tarot have to tell you. Very interesting. Very interesting spread here. My silence attests to that. Let me, before going into the explanation, let me pull the other cards, the Black Cat. You're here with the Queen of Pentacles. This is a male or a female earth sign here. Knowing that you have matters in your hand, knowing the importance of this period for you. And it's come after you thinking hard and long, that's for sure. But you are sitting pretty because there's stability here. There's stability in your finding your own truth, finding, it's as if you're learning more about yourself this period, precisely in these 2 months, 2 weeks. And the more you get to know yourself, the more stability you feel, the more stability you earn, the more stability you have. Let me pull these Black Cat Tarot. Okay. All right, now, you're rewarded. You are rewarded, and you're rewarded precisely because of becoming more distinct, becoming more you, Taurus. Like I said, it was after a lot of musing, a lot of planning, a lot of thinking about yourself. But here, this is a moment of truth for you. This is a moment where you know what you want and you're walking into it. Now, there are here moments when you take on the cape of the lover and you start shooting your arrows left and right, trying to hit the hearts of those around you, for those who are not partnered, but also those who are partnered. You do want to leave, the impression that I'm not all work. I'm play too, and I'm a man who loves, and I'm a lover. And this is what you're communicating to those around you and to the people you are partnered with. Here I have, however, something that, it's a moment of truth, I said, but there is that truth. There's a part of truth that you're unaware of, and it has to do with you knowing. It's odd because it's you knowing, but you not knowing, all right? The next 2 weeks, the second half of October, holds in store for you an interesting surprise. And it's a surprise that is sort of disguised as a new beginning. But it is the new beginning that sees you coming out of your ashes. Like the phoenix. There's abundance here, Taurus. Like I said, there's abundance here, and you've been working hard and long, and there is a surprise in store for you. It's quite interesting for me to see. I'm going to take some Vera Sibila cards on a bit of these cards, a few of these cards, notably on the card that is telling us that there's the surprise. I want to get more information on that, Taurus. Let's see what the Vera Sibila say to you. Yes, there's a change for the better, and there's a change that will bring happiness into your heart, which is linked to someone who you love, who you are in love with. You know, I would tend to say that there is an engagement underway, but I see you concentrated on money matters more. But if it's not this month, you know, things will be getting more serious. You're going to be upping your game. I'm going to take a couple of the cards on, well, one card has fallen out, Superbia, which is success, okay? And it came out right after I said this. Success in terms of you gelling your relationship, you're coming together, getting, you know, upping your game in that relationship, getting more serious. I'm going to take the cards over the Four of Pentacles here, and it's interesting. These three cards, Imaneo, mean talks of success, financial success, and success close to home, and this is what you want. It seems as there's a parts of you, a number of you out there, I have a good 30% of you who want to open a business close to home, or a business out of your home. Okay, that's what I'm, you know, and it could be as small, in inverted commas, as those of you who want to enter eBay and start selling things that you have, and it would be a good time for that now. And as important as you really opening your own business and investing. This is a time that would be propitious for that. Well, Taurus, I hope this was of help for you, and I do wish you a second half of October that will be prosperous, as the reading seems to deliver. Until we read together again, bye-bye. Hi Gemini, this is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here with another reading for you for the second half of October. And I'm here mixing the runes. I'll be casting them in a little bit, but I have also here next to me 5 different tarot decks, and I'll be asking you to concentrate on those later. The first tarot deck is the Black Hat Tarot. That's number 1. Number 2 is the Angel Tarot deck. Number 3 is the New Orleans Beetle Tarot. Number 4 is the Sexual Magic Tarot. And number 5 is the Atea Tarot, which works differently from other tarot decks. Now, let me see what the runes have. There you go. There you go. Let's see. Oh, you know, I have this form of the sun that has come out, and right smack in the middle is the sun, is Sohilo, and around it I have quite a number of, I can call this 3 different conversations, or 2 different conversations, or, you know, but what I'm seeing is a sun. And what you don't see, Gemini, is the fact that you feel as if you have to go within. And you felt that way, almost bordering on solitude. However, you haven't yet to understand the reason for that. You still have not been able to see. You haven't been illuminated. That's what I'm saying. It's as if you still need to understand. You still need to understand the rationality behind what you have experienced lately. And the other runes are telling me, yes, that need has been causing you difficulty, being alone, concentrating on you yourself, and you know, going in deep, going in very deep. Well, the sun here, so Sohilo, right in line with Daeg, this is the answer for you. The answer is that you are amidst a complete transformation. Now, I know it seems odd and you will have difficulty in believing that, but what the runes altogether are painting, they're painting a picture where you're undergoing, you're watching a movie, okay? You're watching your movie, the movie of your experiences in recent times, and it's not making any sense to you. And then what we have, all of a sudden, understanding emerges, and it comes in the form of some form of enlightenment. The light bulb goes over your head and you understand. Wow, all of a sudden I understand. And that starts the transformative process. Now you take, start thinking and pick a number from 1 to 5. You can pick 2 if you like. I'll tune in to see which number that is. Okay, I have, without a doubt, the number 3, the Voodoo Tarot. And I have number 2, the Angel Tarot. All right, let me start with the Voodoo. Beautiful card, Marasa, the first card out. This love card, similar to the love card in other tarot decks. Okay, let me mix and spread the Angel Tarot. Yeah, well, it seems that the going within and understanding and watching the film again, for many of you it has to do with matters of the heart and something that just can't leave your mind, Gemini. It seems that there's something over and over and over again you're thinking about it, and you have fallen hard for someone that you're trying to paint as superficial. But you know, the Voodoo Tarot are giving me a different story. They're telling me that it's not, he or she is not superficial by any means. And the love here that I'm seeing is someone that is going to be in your future, that is, without a doubt, they will be in your future if they're not in your present already, but there has been difficulty lately. And what I'm finding here is that the passion was overriding. It was just overwhelming, and that overwhelming nature is what had completely swept you off your feet and disoriented you. And you're trying to come back from it, but it was so overwhelming. And the Voodoo Tarot, together with the Angel Tarot, are telling me that, Gemini, this is love. And I see that there's fear here. And almost to the point where you want to paint that person as being superficial. Where I'm seeing that it's caused by your insecurities. Now, I have here a picture that's for the second half of October, where it seems that you need some sense of security, and you seem to be attacking in order for you to get there, whereas the cards here are telling you to step back a moment, but reconsider. This person is by no means superficial. This could also be a business partner, mind you, okay? But there was such interesting and such important, the relationship was so important that you fail to see the truth of the situation. And it's causing you sleepless nights. I have no doubt about that. From what I'm seeing, it is. You are losing sleep over this. And you're trying to make heads or tails of it, and it's really difficult for you. Of course, this is a general reading, so let's remember that. But I'm going to take some of the Vera Sibilla cards over the Four of Pentacles for one. Yeah, okay. This is, as I said, you know, this person is in your life. They will not be leaving. And this is a relationship that has to start again. If you are with them, it's maybe a new phase. But I have beautiful cards over here. So Maggio di Preziosi, Stanza, Giovane Fanciullo, it's the beginning. And there's going to be communication, important communication, that will remind you of that. I'm going to take now a few cards over the card of possession, the 8th major arcana in the Voodoo Tarot, to see what that's, if I can get any more information about that. Yes, okay, all right. What is this all about? Now I'm getting to the bottom of it, all right? There is something in the relationship with the person, either a business partner or a romantic partner. There was a change, and the change was such a positive change that you started to doubt it. And why are you doubting that? You're doubting that because in terms of business relationships, there's a lack of trust on your behalf. In terms of a romantic relationship, you're still trying to paint that person as an antagonist. And this is what is causing you to lose sleep. How interesting, how interesting. It's so interesting the way the cards talk. I'm going to open a few cards over the Stars card. Yeah, okay, Gran Consolazione, the last. And what do I have? I've got leggerezza, lightness, falsehoods, and then falsità, and the Gran Consolazione. What does this mean? This means that you have to abandon the notion that the person is superficially, either in a romantic relationship or a business partnership. That is not the case. Who is being superficial? I dare say the cards are saying that you are, if you're painting them that way. The Star card, the Star Major Arcana, is here to show you the way that, and show you the light, because it's a light of love. I hope this was of help to you, Gemini, this lovely message, and that it helps you get through these next 2 weeks. Namaste, and until we read again, bye-bye, Gemini. Hi Cancer, this is Christelle Martinette with another reading for you. I have here my bag of tricks, my runes. As you can hear, I'm mixing them, and I'll be casting those first. And I also have here 5 different decks that I numbered from 1 to 5 that you'll be picking. You'll be picking a number. The first deck is the Black Cat Tarot, which is fitting for the celebration that many of us celebrate, the 31st of October, Halloween. The second is the Angel Tarot, number 2. Number 3 is the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. Number 4 is the Sexual Magic Tarot, and number 5 is the Atelier Tarot, which works a little differently from other tarot decks. Let me cast the runes now. Cancer. They've gone every which way, these runes. Okay. All right, now I've got smack in the middle Fehu, which is really giving us an indication of what's coming down. This period is going to be quite a successful period, but it occurs when you feel as if nothing is going right, Cancer. Just when you believe that everything is just against you and nothing is going right, that's when a notion of abundance, financial abundance, comes to you. All of a sudden things start to move. All of a sudden things go your way. All of a sudden you feel the need to start moving on your own path, full speed ahead. Now, isn't that wonderful? But beware that the runes are telling you there'll be a moment of sadness, a moment where you're ready to throw in the towel, a moment when you think nothing is going away, because then that's when the tables turn. I have here these 5 tarot decks, and maybe you would like to tune into the numbers from 1 to 5. Think about that. I'll try to read you. Okay, I have number 5 definitely, and Voodoo Tarot, number 3. Let me mix the cards, the Atea Tarot. All right. On the right side, I'm going to spread these cards. Okay. All right. Now, well, let me mix the other cards, and then I will read them. Okay. The Voodoo Tarot. Get to those. Yeah, there's an underlying element of risk here, Cancer. Seems that a lot of coin cards, the element of risk, where it has to do with, on the one hand, your overall well-being, how you're going to want to really break out and do something different. But your aches and pains or your bones are telling you a different story. They're saying, oh, come on now, let's do it slowly, you know. And you out and out will be telling people of your plans. You're going to be saying, you know, I want this to work. This is the type of thing that I'd like to do in future. And you're going to be spreading the word. And those around you have a different story. They're saying, well, you know, you're going to be risking that. And basically the people who are close to you, the home, those that you consider your family and friends, they're going to say, watch out, Cancer, you know, don't risk it all. But you say, no, I just feel lucky, you know, I'm starting to feel lucky. And you're really communicating far more than you generally communicate with those around you. And it's quite interesting to see, because you're having a feeling as if you were a child, you know, let me try this just once. It's a really cute picture, because I'm actually seeing you there taking your little toys, you know, I'm seeing jacks, these little iron things that you throw against the wall and play with, a little ball, or you know, little toys that you know, toys that cost little, you know, that aren't heavy in terms of financial, you know, toys that anyone can have, and you're using them, you're playing in your mind with them, and the warnings that you get from your family members and your closest friends is, whoa, hold your horses, think about what you're doing. Now, your thoughts about this go hand in hand with information that you receive, and your projects are spoken about to these people. You know, you out and out tell them, like I said, you know, there's a lot of conversation here. You talk about what you want to do, and everybody looks at you as if you were, you know, a different person. What's going on with this person? Who, you know, what's going on with him or her? Now, what I see, the interesting part here are the Voodoo Tarot, that they really tell a lovely story as well. And the story is that you're out to not make a buck. You're out to make yourself. You're out to transform. You're out to change. You want to, you know, you're restless, and you want to exchange your ideas of restlessness, but hoping that other people understand that you're not risking it. It's as if in your mind, Cancer, you feel that it's about time you start doing something risky, something different, start living. This is in your mind. I'm going to start living it up in a different way. You've been thinking about this long and hard. That's very, very clear. You've been, you know, a lot of you people, I see a number of you actually take notes in the form of sort of like a diary. When you have, you know, a piece of paper next to your bed, write the dreams that you have, during the day when something comes to you, you jot that down. This has been going on. Some of you just take a cigar and sit on your terrace or in your backyard or out in the street somewhere and think. But the thinking process and your plans and your notes have led to a moment where you're coming out of that proverbial closet and finally wanting to show the world that you are someone who can be reckoned with. You are a person who wants to take risks. Now is the time. Forget what I've done until now. I want to become a different person. Look, world, here I am. Look at what I'm capable of. Okay, I'm going to take the Virasibila love on a number of these cards. And first of all, on the 8 major arcana, Les Morts, on the Voodoo Tarot, to see if I could get more information about that. Yes, it's talking about you breaking from the shackles of your self-imposed prison, finally, and you coming out, speaking again. And that alone, this card is telling me, that alone is what's going to start the process of the new you, Cancer. You are communicating in a different way. I'm going over the 10 major arcana card, the market in Voodoo Tarot, to see if I could glean some more information about that. Yeah. Interesting. You're in a moment of time where I'm not saying you want to face your demons, but what you want to start doing is to understand that behind every dark side, there is a light side. That's life. There's the yin and yang. There's a darkness and light. There's visible and invisible. You need to find your place along that spectrum, and in a way that will allow you to give and take, to move forward and move back. And it's very interesting for me to see Cancer, because it goes along with the idea of risk. Let me take a couple of steps forward. If it doesn't work, let me take a couple of steps back. I'll just keep trying. It's sort of playing, as I said, with those little jacks that you have, or your marbles, something. It's a game that has a very little risk involved, but for you in your mind, it's a big risk. It's an interpersonal risk. For interpersonal, you with yourself, and interpersonal with others. And you're going to be and show yourself to be a completely different person, a more communicative Cancer. Well, I hope this was of help to you, Cancer. Namaste, and do have a pleasant second half of October until we read again. Bye-bye. Hello, Leo. This is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here with another reading for you for the period that kicks off with the supermoon in October, mid-month. Very important in Aries, and it will go to extend to the 31st of October. Where many celebrate Thanksgiving, a little early. We'll celebrate Halloween. And I'm first here with the runes that you can hear. I'm mixing, then I'll be casting. And I have 5 tarot decks, and I'll want you to concentrate on numbers from 1 to 5. So the first, number 1 tarot deck is the Black Cat Tarot. Number 2 is the Angel Tarot. Number 3 is the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. Number 4 is the Sexual Magic Tarot. Number 5 is what is called the Ateya Tarot, which is works with a different system with regards to the rest of the tarot in universal terms. Let me see what the runes. One has fallen out, Urus. I'm going to keep that off to the side and cast the rest. Cast that has fallen quite far away from Urus. Okay. Urus here has come out to underline the importance of this period. There's a give and take here in the second half of October, and a give and take which is going to mark your days for the rest of your life. It's an important period of time. I see, and I hear joy in taking one step at a time. Joy, I'll say that again, in taking one step at a time, Leo. Again, you're going your own way. The way you let me put it this way. It's so difficult to get the words out here because what I'm seeing are so many things for you, Leo. I'm seeing here first the beginning of a new phase, and this has come up with two other signs, and it's the beginning of a new phase that you want to begin your own way. You have no rush. It's no rush in beginning. But what is important is that you're doing it, your own way, and it's going to be occurring in time when you're good and ready. And that's what's giving you joy, because for the first time in a long time, Leo, you feel that there's no pressure. There's no pressure for you to change. There's no pressure for you to work. There's no pressure for you to, produce. But both Uruts and the Risats tell me that there is an important moment here. And the important moment is precisely because you're doing it your own way, and you're going to be rewarded for that. I have no doubt about that. The beginning involves, first of all, the importance, first of all, the timing, and then the beginning. So you take your time, which you will, and when you're feeling at your utmost moment of joy, when you're feeling that peak of joy, is when that beginning is going to start taking place. I see it in this period of time, this mid-month to the end of October, but it hasn't begun now. I mean, your musings about this has started way back, but this is a moment when finally it's going to emerge. Now you take a thought, start drawing your thoughts towards those numbers 1 to 5, and think about them, and I'll try to tune in and see what number you can choose, 1 or 2. Okay, I get the number 2, the Angel Tarot, and number 5, the Atea Tarot. Let's see. Let me mix this Angel Tarot deck. Spread that for you. Okay, yeah. The importance is underscored here, also by the Tower card, which falls right under the Risats and alongside Urus. It is in a moment that needs reckoning with. I'm going to mix the Atea Tarot and start. Right, as I have the Tower here has come out, but the first card out was also Judgment, and Judgment falls in a position that mirrors the King of Wands, Leo, and this is you. These are the Leo. This is a moment of reckoning, as I said, standing to the challenge, the end of a session, the end of a cycle, where you're finally going to bring home your success. But it's the end of a cycle, but the beginning of a new one. A lot of hardships were felt specifically in terms of the strategizing, the plans that you were making. Let me spread the Atea Tarot. Okay. You're going to know when your moment has come in, because it occurs when you feel that the messages are coming in. It's as if you have this area of light around you, and you can feel, and you can hear, and you can sense. And this has not been the case over the past few months. You have felt that you were in the dark, but now is a moment where you're coming out of a period of solitude, okay? You're coming out of the sense of solitude that makes, in your mind you have felt solitude. But here also, the restlessness that gives way, the restlessness that you've had in the past, now gives way to a moment of generosity. It's as if you feel that the universe is being generous with you all of a sudden. Okay, I've suffered. It's time for me to be, that Six of Wands, and the accolades, the rewards are coming your way. Now, as you have and feel the message, all of a sudden you think, you feel, this is the moment, and this is when it's going to begin. This is when the moment is proper. This is the moment that's going to let me start again. And it's going to hit you like an alarm. You're going to hear sort of like an alarm go off. And that will start fostering trust in terms of where you have to go and how you have to begin, when you have to start moving. Quite interesting, because it's a personal battle. It's a battle of you against yourself, in terms of wanting it to go alone. You want to go alone. You want it to be something that's personal. It is. And when you start feeling that joy, as the runes have said, that's the moment the tables will turn. Now, we have the Tower here, and the Tower's right after 30 sats. And so, sandwiched between 30 sats and the Ten of Swords. I'm going to take 3 Sibila cards on that right now. Yes, they're suggesting, with the Dottore Speranza in Casa here, they're suggesting that you really need to take care of business. But business has many different flavors, has many different colors. And what they're telling me, that a good part of you have a family business. Those of you who have a family business, you're not seeing things. You're not taking care of business. This is the time when you have to do that. There also, these 3 cards are telling me that matters of the home have been left to the side. And they're not going to take care of themselves. You need to deal with that, okay? And that's going to be before the beginning that I've mentioned. I'm going to take other 3 cards on this 71 Itea card, which is a card of fundamental restlessness and in the financial area. Okay, I have here Allegrezza al cuore, the nemico, the male enemy, the happiness in the heart, and stanza, the communication coming in soon. What I'm seeing is that tables will be starting to turn, and it occurs when you feel that it's time, when you start feeling trust again, when you start feeling you can trust. Again, the onus is on you, Leo. It seems as if you are holding your purse strings and the key to your success. And you know that fully. You do know that fully. But what I'm seeing here is that you do want help. It seems that you seem to want to lean on somebody or get some information, and where it comes from, as I said, illumination. That light goes on, and it's the beginning. Namaste, Leo friends. I do hope this was of help to you. It was a pleasure for me to read for you, and until we read again, bye-bye. Hello Virgo, this is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here with another not weekly, where did that come from? No, I'm here for the second half of October, which starts out with a full supermoon in Aries, and it ends with the 31st of October, which many of us celebrate Halloween. And in other countries they would call it Carnival, but it has nothing to do with this holiday, except similar things are done in terms of a celebration. But let's get down to the runes. You can hear that I have runes I'll be casting for you. And after that, I'll ask you to concentrate on one of the 5 decks that I have, or 2, and I'll number them. And the numbers go from 1 to 5. I'll tell you what they are. Number 1 is the Black Cat Tarot. Number 2 is the Angel Tarot deck. Number 3 is the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. The 4th is the Sexual Magic Tarot, and the 5th is the Atea Tarot, which is different from the other tarot decks in the way it works. So let me first start by casting these runes. Okay, now, I see you coming into your own, and differently from the past couple of readings I've had for you, I'm seeing here some happiness. You know, I'm seeing here joy, happiness, success, which is very interesting. And your the happiest part of it, actually, is the fact that you have gone deep, very deep, 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 deep. And now the energy is changing. There's a shift in energy. You're feeling lighter, happier. Happier most of all because you've come through all of the hardships, and you can say that you've done it with your own two hands, so to speak, and you've done it in a manner that is suitable to your nature. Now, while we're not out of all difficulties, you know, by no means, it wouldn't be called life otherwise, and high among those are the financial difficulties you have, but there is here a necessary moment again. There's more of a challenge for you this period, the last 2 weeks of October, where you'll be given sort of a sign that tells you that smoother waters are up ahead. At the same time, however, that you're given this sign, and you know that it will be full steam ahead. There is a moment where things are going to go more your way. At the same time, something will be occurring that will stop you in your tracks. Something you have made a plan, a strategy, a project. And just when you feel like things are smoothing up, you're getting, something in exchange for your efforts, you still, however, you still see that the original plan is going to be changed. That, maybe you started out with 10 ships, and you wanted to make the 10 ships become 20 or 100. But you have to redimension your plans for some reason. I'm hoping that the tarot now will give us some insight into that. Now you concentrate on the 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. You can choose from 1 to 2 decks. Let's see. I'm getting definitely the Angel Tarot, number 2, and number 4, the Sexual Magic Tarot. Let's see. Now, let me first shuffle these cards. The Angel Tarot. Okay. Yeah, something definitely changes right when things are smoothing out. There's a change there. Hang on, and it's a change for the better, actually. It just changes the nature of your plans, but it's a change for the better. We'll be looking at that. A lot of energy, a lot of positive energy I have here in these cards. This is the Sexual Magic deck I'm mixing for you, Virgo friends. We've got right where the stars are. We have strength where the stars are. Look, you have some lovely cards. Lovely, lovely, lovely cards. Lovely, lovely. Let me say that again. Lovely. And the change in plans actually does have to do with something positive coming into your life. Now, not one thing. It's not one thing. It has to do with money matters as much as it has to do with emotions. Now, I'm not talking about a person coming into your life. No, it's just, let me finish reading the cards. But it's on both fronts, you know. It's on your family, friends, extended family, and your finances. There's a change for the better. Even a plan is changed because something makes you opt for a different strategy. Now, what we have here is also... it's as if, you know, well, the change has occurred because you haven't opted for, or you didn't plan for something specific. Then all of a sudden emerges. And you are given an emotional gift. And this could translate into many different ways, Virgo. It could mean someone coming your way, a young man. For older woman, a young man who comes and brightens your days. And the energy there is such an innocent energy that it really makes you forget all of your worries of the past. It could also translate into, for a man, a younger woman comes into, there's young energy I hear here. There's young energy I see here that makes you completely forget. Libra, ladies and gentlemen, Libra friends, here I am. This is Christelle Martinette giving you a reading for the second half of October that starts off with a full moon, a supermoon in Aries. And I'm going to take that as a starting point and go into the last day for many of us will be the celebration of Halloween. Okay, the Gouge Day, the end of the month. Let's see what the runes have to say to start the reading. And I have then 5 tarot decks, and I'm going to ask you to pick a number that's numbered from 1 to 5. Number 1 is the Black Cat Tarot. Number 2 is the Angel Tarot deck. Number 3 is the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. Number 4 is the Sexual Magic Tarot. And number 5 is this deck called the Atea deck, which has a different way of working with respect to other tarot decks. Let me see what the runes have to begin by telling us. Someone's here is going to be successful here. Look, there are a couple of, very similar to what I did just say for Virgo too. There's a change in plans, you know, but a positive change in plans. Here we have an energy which sees you in the mid-October. Wait, my microphone is going around and around and around here. Here it goes. It sees you going it alone in terms of your success. You are going to earn success. The sun is shining here, and it's because of your personal efforts. You're you have a strong intuition, and you smell where opportunities exist. Even in terms of romantic and emotional relationships, you know when to say you're sorry. You know when to ask that special question. You know when to up your game and risk bringing it to a different level. You know when to invest money on a certain deal. Okay, so there's a lot of intuition this period of time. Also, you find that it's necessary for you to get some positive feedback. You're wanting positive feedback. You want the notion that things will work out. Well, you're going to be getting it, because at the same time as you receive personal feedback, you still feel the need to go in depth further, one step further. When that occurs, when you start getting positive feedback, something happens these 2 weeks towards the end of the month that makes you adopt a change in plans. But it's a change in plans for the better. It's a positive change. I'm going to now ask you to concentrate on those 5 decks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You choose 1 or 2 numbers. Let me see if I can tune in there. Okay, I have the Voodoo Tarot, 3, and let me see if there's another. I have the Black Cat Tarot, which is fitting since we're coming up to celebrate Halloween. Let me shuffle the Voodoo Tarot. move over things. I have the casting in the middle, and then over to the right, I'm going to pull voodoo cards. And then the black magic, it's black magic, sorry, the Black Cat Tarot, lovely little deck, a very playful deck, all black cats that are just, it's a sweet, very sweet, subtle but important messages they offer up. I always love to use this deck. Okay, now what I'm seeing here is a reflection of you understanding. It comes to you, that reason for change in plans comes to you as if it were illumination. You all of a sudden you understand that something's wrong in your plans. Not that it's wrong actually, but how it could be improved, and you opt for a change in plans. You add some elements, take away the negative elements, think of a better way, and it's done towards month's end. And it is done through sheer intellectual will. We have to remember that, and I have to say that, because where there is passions, I have here Petro, the 5 card, Ogun la Flambeau, where there is a battle of wits, and where there is the passions one against the other, bringing forth your plan, I see that you come probably the end of the 3rd week of October, where you understand that the plan, you're moving forward. Now, this embraces both the world of emotions and the world of finances. You understand that what you're doing and what you've decided to do has some kinks in its armor. And what occurs then is sitting back for one brief second. You can experience it, Libra, as if it were something that falls into place, 1, 2, 3. For many of you, it could be one moment. For others, you sit on your porch smoking a cigar, or sit in the backyard, or go in for a walk in the woods, or take off your shoes and walk on the grass, and it comes to you like a revelation. But it is a moment, and it's as if you were counting 1, 2, 3. How come I couldn't understand that prior to this moment? But now we have this, the Black Cat Tarot, that also gives us a message of 3s, of taking stock, a moment, precise moment around that 3rd week of October, where you step back, take stock, and understand. And you come into full strength here then. You come into your own with a passion that has you taking one step at a time, slowly but surely. And then, just like magic, you change your plans because you understand where the issue is. And it takes you into a direction, in a more focused direction, that even though, and the 4 of Swords is here in this Black Cat Tarot, they're telling me, even though it's going to take you a little more to bring your plan, have it come full circle, it does so in a more precise, concise way. Now, again, I have to say that it embraces both the emotional realm and the financial realm, your livelihood. I have here the Sibila deck, Libra, and I'm going to take a look here at the kinks in your armor, in the kinks of your plan, and see what they have to offer. Yes, okay, there is a sadness that seeps in. You look to the past, and you have these shadows of the past following you, but then you say, that's enough, that's enough. I understand that what I'm doing both in the emotional realm and in my livelihood, it's not going to get me anywhere, because it's not a matter of looking towards the past and building on that. It's a matter of focusing on the present, looking to the future, and keeping my cards close to my vest. I need to do this without telling other people of my plans. Okay? The example could be, you want to ask a person to marry you. The family doesn't agree. You close them off of it and go forward. It could happen in the financial realm. It has to do with you, putting your money on number 21, and people around you are saying that's not a good deal. Then you take it away, turn your back, and put it on 00, and then you win. Okay, so it's something to do, and that's simplifying the financial matter, but it has to do with you understanding yourself personally, after taking stock, which is the best route to take. I hope this was of help, Libra friends, and that it serves you well in understanding, giving you guidance for the second half of October. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen, Libra friends, until we read together again. Bye-bye.